What's going on, Ruckus? I've tried something new tonight, you guys. It's the first time I've tried some stand-up comedy. But here's it goes, right? So so I'm trying to get back in shape, right? I got a personal trainer because I don't have enough people in my life that I consistently disappoint and yell at me. But people are lazy, right? Like, let's cut to the chase. Why don't we find...
There's the on-off switch. It's on the top. I'll watch the switch. Mr. Miller. You just cut it off with your hand.
Yeah. So, what's the point of working out, right? Why don't we just find a really healthy guy and keep his urine in a jar? Because he does all the work, right? He goes to the gym every day, 7 days a week, working out, pushing weights. Let's just wait back until he takes a piss and drink it. Because you got to think all the nutrients and minerals are coming through his urine. What's wrong with just kind of drinking that and let him take the work? That makes sense, right? For a lazy group? Yeah, that's cool. A little disturbing, so... Anyway, that's not how I roll. So it's Anti-Valentines Day, right? It's February 14th. All the unfortunate people around with their insignificant others. We're stuck here having a good time, getting drunk. Woo! Yes! I'll tell you what I like. I like older women. And I don't mean like 30s, 40s MILFs. I mean like really old. Like 70 plus. Like, we're talking menopause is a plus, fruit hats, can't drive except during the day. And you gotta think, it's like, you would think that a woman with no teeth would be sexy, you know, for all the sexual implications, but I take it a step farther. I like older women to have a few teeth in random sporadic locations so I can slalom, you know? I could just get in there like a skier and just kind of run it, right? Judge me if you want, brothers, I'm just saying. But getting old isn't so bad, right? You know, the cool thing about getting old is you have a license to just not give a shit. Like, you don't even have to wear pants if you want. You know? My dad is a perfect example. He went to the grocery store the other day. He was looking at dog food. And this lady came up to him, and he was looking at different dog food brands. And she's like, "Oh, is this for your dog?" You know, and the average person would be like, "Yeah, no shit, I have a dog," right? But he looked at it like, I have an opportunity. So he thought about it for a second. He's like, "Actually, I'm on this new diet. And I've started to eat dog food, and, you know, the pounds are just falling off, and, you know, but, she's like, "Oh, that's awesome. Wow, you lost all this weight." He's like, "Yeah, but I had to go to the hospital." "Oh, why'd you have to go to the hospital?" He's like, "Well, I was in the middle of the road licking my balls, and I got hit by a car." But, you know, it's pretty funny, man. The whole internet dating games kind of changed things. What you really see from the internet is all the really fucked up fetishes people have, right? Like, I saw something the other day called, like, the whole thing was about monster dongs. It was about, like, gigantic Schwarzenegger, like, baby arm style cocks. And where did they go, right? Like, the whole thing was about a fetish about really tiny women and gigantic dongs. It's like, it doesn't even fit in there. Like, how do you even get it in there? It's just like this gigantic tower of muscle and flesh, you know. And it made me think a lot about those models that people make, where they have the little model ship inside of a bottle. It's like, how do they even get the bottle, the ship in there? This size of the bottle is this big. How do they get the ship in there? And yeah, it's kind of weird, but.
All right, good job.
You can take it a whole other way too, you know? It's like people want to stick all sorts of things in there besides dongs, right? They want to stick like their arms and like legs, and I saw this thing the other day where this guy like had his head shaved, and like he lubed his head, and he was like trying to stick it in there. It's like you can't go back, right? Like it's like a reverse birth. Like you can't go back. Like, what would you even do if you got in there, right? You're like a 45-year-old guy on the internet. Like, what would you even do? And you know, it puzzled me for a little bit, you guys. So I'm not really quite sure there. But totally have this sheet up here. And by the way, it's the first time I've ever done this, so definitely not following the sheet. I'm just kind of freestyling. But
Get him Will.
yeah, it's weird, you know. And there's all these other fetishes too. It's like the whole double penetration thing, like where like you just want to take two things and stick them in one hole. It's like, at what point in your sexual life did you weren't content with just how things work? You weren't content unless you were rubbing your other shit into a guy's thing. It's like in the same hole. It's like, man, can't you just wait? Like, is there that much of a backlog to get in that orifice? I don't get it. Yeah. It's funny though. The dating game is a really big drag though. You know, especially in America. I mean, you know, people, they're not honest when they talk about stuff, you know. When people say, like, they want to use words like adjectives like, oh, someone's frugal. Oh, I'm really frugal. You know what that means? You're a cheapskate, right? Or you're like, yeah, I'm really business-minded. That means you're a douchebag. Or, you know, I'm affectionate. That means you're a rapist. But I have a new approach to things, right? Like, I try to take it rationally, sort of like a Lego fits a puzzle piece. And you know, I'll go up to girls and I'm like, if it doesn't work out, I'm like, look, it's supposed to go there, right? Like I have this thing and you have this thing, and like, if you look at anatomy, it's supposed to go there. Like, what's the problem? I'll just put on a lab coat, pull down an anatomy chart, and kind of point with like an Austrian accent. Like, it's supposed to go there. The female anatomy runs like this, and the male penis rolls up, and it's supposed to go there. It hasn't worked yet, but that's kind of the approach that I'm trying to take. I've also started looking at pickup lines, right? Because pickup lines are pretty lame. You know, you have a douchebag guy that rolls into some place and he's like, hey baby, how you doing? Right? You know, there's another way to take that. I like to take it from an original perspective where, you know, I come up with the most creepy fucking pickup line ever. Totally original. And then, I'm not done yet. I give myself a little bit of a handicap. I give myself a stutter. So, I'll roll up and I'll be like, and for some reason they all start with, damn girl. So, I'm like, damn girl. I wish I had some change in my pocket to pay St. Peter, because I'm in heaven. You know, and I'll take it a step further, you know, and try another one, and try to throw some math equation in there. It always starts by damn girl. I'm like, damn girl, I wish I was good at math, because me plus you equals happiness. It never fucking works, but you know, some people appreciate that. I think that's, at least you have fun with it, right? So I'm going to pick on the Mormons just a little bit, because I know they're not at the bar getting fucking shots. So, instead of having a girlfriend, yeah, I figured, you know what, I'll just get 3 real dolls, like 3 lifeline $3,000 sex dolls, put them in like a compromising position, and just in my mind pretend they're my wives, and I'm an 18th century Mormon, in the middle of a population decline. Fuck it. Work it out in your head. It's goddamn disturbing, isn't it? It's cool shit though, you know, like women, relationships, you know, after a couple whiles, you've been dating someone for a couple years, there's no way to surprise your mate, right? There's no way to be sexy in a way that the guy doesn't know what's already coming, okay? So, you know, you might have a girlfriend you've been dating for a couple years, and she's all like, I got a surprise.